Hey, what's up guys, this is Shukesh once again, and today I bring you the all new OnePlus 60. The motto of this OnePlus flagship is unlock the speed, so it's worth comparing with the very powerful iPhone XS Max, which is about 3 times the price of this OnePlus device. OnePlus smartphones are touted as the flagship killers, so let's check whether this new generation OnePlus can really beat the very premium iPhone XS Max. There are no app running in the background and the animation scales are set to default. So let's get started with the speed test, and at the end of this video I will also do a RAM management test. The first thing I will do is boot the devices. Looks like iPhone XS Max is already switched off, though the shutdown process may be going on in the background, so we cannot decide. Let's turn on the devices, check which device boots faster. Well, as you can see guys, OnePlus 60 beats iPhone XS Max by few milliseconds. Now guys, let's compare the real life performance of the user interface. OnePlus 60 is running on Oxygen OS on top of Android 9.0 and iPhone XS Max is at iOS 12.1. Now let's start with the dialer, and well, it was very close. I can call it a draw. Next app we have here is the messaging app, and this time I think OnePlus 60 was slightly faster, so the score goes to the OnePlus flagship. Next we have the galleries, and once again they were neck to neck, so another draw I think. Now we check the Chrome browser and OnePlus 60 is the sheer winner. Next the rear cameras, and this time there is no doubt iPhone XS Max is the big winner. This is the first time iPhone wins, and in terms of shutter speed, there is no smartphone that can beat the iPhone. Overall, on system apps, the OnePlus smartphone outperforms the Apple flagship, so kudos to OnePlus. Now it's time for some third-party apps. This is the Photoshop Express and iPhone is the winner. Next, Photoshop Mix, and once again iPhone wins big time. There are few more Photoshop apps. There is Photoshop Fix, and I think this time as well iPhone wins, though they were really very close. There is Photoshop Lightroom CC, and this time OnePlus 60 is the faster device. Next we have Photoshop Sketch. Well, they were again very close, but I think I should give the point to OnePlus 60. So right now the score is iPhone XS Max 4, OnePlus 60, 5 and 2 draws. Next I have some social apps, and in this department iPhones are really very slow, so the score goes to OnePlus device. Next there is Twitter, and once again OnePlus 60 is the big winner. OnePlus manages to open these social apps very fast compared to others. Next there is also Instagram, and once again OnePlus is the winner, so 3 more points to 60. Lastly there is the YouTube application, so let's check that out as well, and once again I think OnePlus wins. Of course iPhone is not slow, but OnePlus 60 is too damn fast in terms of system and third-party apps, except for the Photoshop applications, which are more graphics intensive, and iPhones are master in that department. So let's try the games one by one. I will start with the very popular PUBG Mobile. As you can see, there was a lag, a response delay on the OnePlus device, so there is a little chance this phone can keep up with the XS Max. The game is ready on the iPhone and it's still loading on the OnePlus 60. Next I want to check Asphalt 9, another very graphics intensive game, and once again it's ready on the iPhone XS Max, and OnePlus 60 is not slow of course, but it's not as fast as the Apple smartphone. The next game is Brothers in Arms 3. As expected, iPhone beats the OnePlus device Black and Blue, so definitely in terms of graphics processing there is no match for this iPhone XS Max. The game I have next is Six Guns, and as usual you have the iPhone as the winner. there is a huge lag at the launch of the games on the OnePlus device, maybe because of the fact that the RAM is almost full and the phone has to kick out some apps and games to make space for the new game, so there is this lag. I have the 6GB RAM variant of OnePlus 60 and still the RAM management of this phone is not up to the mark. On the other hand, with just 4GB of RAM, iPhone XS Max is doing just fine. I will talk more about this in the RAM management part, so stay tuned. Let's launch the rest of the games one by one. There you have Pokemon Go. For the first time, this OnePlus 60 could manage to beat the iPhone. So the score right now is iPhone XS Max 5 and OnePlus 60 1. Next, Subway Surfers. And it's already loaded on the Apple device. So OnePlus may be an Android flagship killer, but it cannot beat an iPhone. No matter how much you dislike this iOS platform, it's no denying fact. As far as performance is concerned, there is no match for iPhones. Interestingly, in this game, OnePlus 60 marginally wins, but still, OnePlus 60 is not an iPhone killer. From my experience, I can tell you in the RAM management, that is in the multitasking department, despite having big RAM, OnePlus smartphones perform poorly. Let me relaunch the apps and games I have opened so far. I will start with the galleries, and definitely the gallery application on the OnePlus restarted, so this is what I am talking about. I've been reviewing OnePlus devices since OnePlus 3. The performance of the phones are truly amazing considering the price point, but in terms of RAM or multitasking, the phone struggles. Let me try a few more apps and especially the games. There wasn't any issue on this Photoshop application, and also on the Chrome browser there is another Photoshop app. Looks like both phones refreshed. Let's check Twitter, and it's in the RAM of iPhone and it reloaded on the OnePlus 60. Next, let's see what happens on the YouTube application, and once again it's reloading on the OnePlus. iPhone just reopened the app where you left off. So having bigger RAM does not mean better multitasking. It's all about RAM management, and Apple does a fantastic job in this department. Now it's time for the games. I will start with PUBG Mobile, and it's ready on the iPhone and it's restarting from the beginning on the OnePlus 60. So your gaming progress is gone. So this is something OnePlus needs to work on. I have Note 9 as well, having the same amount of RAM, and the multitasking capability is much better than this OnePlus device. Let's try some mid-graphics games. There is Minion Rush, and this game is also gone on the OnePlus. It's just paused on the iPhone XS Max. Let's give OnePlus 6 another chance, and it failed once again. There are smartphones at 15,000 rupees category having better RAM management. I think it's worst on this phone. I mean, OnePlus 6 might not be this bad. I will try to do a speed and RAM management comparison in between 6 and 60. So stay tuned and subscribe. Beyond doubt, iPhone XS Max is the unbeatable device in terms of speed and in terms of multitasking. Galaxy Note 9 comes very close to this device. OnePlus 60, considering the price point, is a fantastic phone, especially in the system and on the user interface. But in graphics department, it's not as good as I thought. That's all I have for you in this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have anything to share, comment below and let me know. This is Shukesh signing off. Keep in touch.